Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm KFC Dad.
And mine's thirteenth here. Welcome back.
And of course, we have special guest Wesley Schnauzer on the channel to give his predictions. Now, Wesley Schnauzer is a dog and he talks and he gives predictions. So he'll be on the channel as well, and he does quite well.
He's doing very good.
He does. Okay, so the scores from the last week. KFC Dad is still storming ahead and is increased his lead now. I am on 97 points, 3 away from 100. And Wesley Schnauzer has caught mine and Silver Fox up. So they are both on 65 points each. And Wesley Schnauzer has just left the room. Come back here.
Come back.
Come back. You got to work.
As always, like and subscribe to this channel. Get down to subscribe. Come on.
Yes. Help us to reach our targets and like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And for the many people that have, we are very, very thankful.
Thank you.
Of course, we need to tell you about what has happened to our club, Leicester City, this week. So Leicester City have departed company with manager Steve Cooper.
He's been sacked.
Okay, that's bluntly saying it. I said departed company. You said he's been sacked. Okay, yeah, he has been sacked. And they are looking out for a new manager. Now, in the running, there has been Graham Potter. There has been Ruud van Nistelrooy, David Moyes, Carlos Corberan, and Wesley Schnauzer. Well, I think the favourite and what we're hearing tonight, which is Tuesday night, is Ruud van Nistelrooy is the favourite, and he's been seen at Seagrave, the training ground. So who do you want, Silver Fox?
Van Nistelrooy, because he's a Dutch friend.
Okay, yeah. I would say I want Van Nistelrooy as well. I think as of tonight, Graham Potter and David Moyes, I think they might have pulled out of it. That leaves only Ruud van Nistelrooy and Corberan. And there are others like Mark Robbins or Lee Carsley.
I only want Van Nistelrooy in my opinion. Because I like his football. I watched it in Manchester United. He played really well in the Carabao Cup.
I know he's only had 4 games for Manchester United, but he did galvanise the team. He got the fans on side. I know he used to be a Manchester United player, but I feel that he will do the same with Leicester. He'll get the fans on side and he'll get the team on side.
Van Nistelrooy, get it done and come on.
Game number 1 is
Brighton against Southampton.
And it is the
East South Derby.
South Coast Derby. It is the South Coast Derby.
They hate each other.
Yeah, they don't like each other, do Brighton and Southampton. They've had a few clashes in the past, but they're both at the other ends of the table right now. Brighton are near the top 5th place, and Southampton are
5th, 20th.
They're at the bottom. Yes. Brighton, they played in their last game against
Bournemouth, which
is another South Coast derby. What was the scores in that?
2-1, but Bournemouth made some chances.
They did. Bournemouth have been good as well. Yeah, they did miss some chances. They won 2-1 with goals from João Pedro
and
Mitoma and David Brooks for Bournemouth. So what?
And also got a mate from Brighton. He's sports.
Oh yeah,
it's called Luke.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll see him next time.
Yeah.
We'll say hi, Luke.
Hi, Luke. You're my G.
Yeah, and then what is your prediction for this one, mate?
I'm saying 3-1 Albion.
3-1 to Albion.
We are interested in that striker from Brighton, Dad.
Well, we'll have to see what happens in the transfer market. I'm going to go for a Brighton win as well. I'm going to go 2-0 to Brighton. I don't know if Southampton will score in this one. So, yeah, that's our predictions. What about Mr. Schnauzer?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Wesley Schnauzer, and these are the Premier League predictions. Brighton versus Southampton, the South Coast Derby. This one is a Friday night kickoff, as the boys have just said. I think Brighton will win this 2-0. Brighton sit currently in the top 6 in position 5, and Southampton are bottom of the league, just winning one of their 12 games played.
Game number 2 is
Brentford versus Leicester City.
Yes, Brentford versus our team, Leicester City. What's going to happen in this one? I mean, we just spoke about it. Leicester have departed company with Steve Cooper and are on the hunt for a new manager. And it's highly looking like Ruud van Nistelrooy could be in place before the kickoff on Saturday.
That's good.
What do you think, Mayan?
I'm very excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, so what do you think Ruud will bring to Leicester City?
A positive vibes and get us 3 points.
I think he'll galvanise the fans. I think he will galvanise the team. And I think there'll be, hopefully, some happy faces in the crowd. And,
The players.
in the players. And hopefully Leicester will play in a positive way. This is by no means an easy game. This is a very tough game because Brentford are a very, very good side.
They are. And also we need to watch some players there as well.
Yeah, they played out a draw in their last game against Everton, which gives us some hope because Everton are down where we are. We need to be very good defensively, which is what we are
not good on our. We need to learn on that.
Yeah, not very good at the moment.
But we lost against Chelsea 2-1.
Yeah, almost.
But we gave it go. Second half, we played really well.
We did. So what are you predicting for this one?
Leicester will win 2-1, and Vardy will score this one.
2-1. Okay, and Vardy's going to score. You know what? I'm going to be a bit cautious. I'm going to go a Desmond. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
Do you know you want to draw? But your head thinking, we shouldn't get a draw.
Of course I want to.
And your heart, you want us to win.
Yeah, of course I want to win, but I think it'll be a draw. And I'll be happy with a draw going away to Brentford.
What about Wesley Schnauzer?
Well, let's see what that Schnauzer, that four-legged Schnauzer's got to say about this.
Brentford versus Leicester City, my team. I think this will be a 1-1 draw. Brentford are a very good side. Leicester just departed company with Steve Cooper, and they don't have a new manager in as of yet, but the fans are wanting Ruud van Nistelrooy in the hot seat. So will he be installed before the weekend? I don't know, but I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Game number 3 is...
It's Crystal Palace versus Newcastle.
Crystal Palace versus Newcastle, yes. Newcastle played Monday night, didn't they?
They got lost 2-0 against West Ham.
Yeah, I didn't think West Ham would be beating Newcastle, but they did, and they won 2-0.
They played very well, West Ham did.
Yeah, so in their last 2 games, they haven't lost. They've drawn and won, and they've won 1. Newcastle, before that, they beat Forest 3-1, didn't they?
Yeah, but before they won number 1 again, they got lost the last game.
Yeah, they lost their last game. Newcastle currently sit 10th in the league, and West Ham are 14th in the league. So, I think they've had a little upturn, haven't they?
I'm saying 2-1 to Newcastle.
2-1 to Newcastle. Because of that win that loss for Newcastle, I'm going to go. Well, we haven't said about Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are doing all right, aren't they?
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're still 19th, but in their last game, they got a very good Desmond, didn't they? 2-2 with Aston Villa. So are they on the rise? Are Wolves on the rise from the relegation zone? I think that's why Leicester
got a new manager in.
Going to get a new manager in because we can't be left behind. So anyway, I'm going to go a 1-1 draw for this one.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So that's what our predictions are. So what about Mr. Schnauzer?
Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United. Crystal Palace drawing their last game against Aston Villa 2-2, and Newcastle losing their last game. I think Crystal Palace will win this very narrowly 1-0.
Game number 4 is
Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town.
yes, Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town. Our near neighbours, Nottingham Forest. In their last 2 games, they have lost their last 2 games, so they are out from the heady heights of the top 4 or top 6. I think they're in 7th place now, are they?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have lost their last 2 games by 3-0 and 3-1. Ipswich Town, however, they've beaten Tottenham. They've drawn with Man United in their last 2 games.
And they got draw against Leicester.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but I'm talking about their last 2 games. Their recent current form is very good, and they look like another team from the bottom that's on the up. That makes us even more scared.
Make it harder for us.
Yeah, so they're doing very well, and for me, because of that, I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw.
I'm going for. I think Forest will back and wins 2-1 to Forest. Will be a hard game.
2-1 to Forest, okay. I don't know. Well, I've gone for the 1-1, but let's see what Mr. Schnauzer's got to say about it.
Nottingham Forest versus Ipswich Town. Now, Forest at home is always a hard place to go. Ipswich Town doing very well currently. They're still in the bottom 3, but haven't lost in their last 3, and they have beaten Spurs and drew with Man United. So they are on the up and playing well. Nottingham Forest were in the heady heights of the top 4, but now have dropped down to 7 because of losing their last 2 games. In this one, I think they're pretty much evenly matched, and I'm going to go a 1-1 draw.
Game number 5 is
Wolves versus Bournemouth.
right, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Bournemouth. Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers were bottom of the league at one point, weren't they? But they have clawed their way out. They haven't lost in their last 4 games, drawing 2 and winning their last 2 games, haven't they?
And they scored. They won 4-1 against Fulham.
They did. They did. A very good Fulham side. Cunha is doing very well for them, isn't he?
I can see we'll be leaving in January, Dad.
So Wolves are another team down in the basement that are clawing their way up. So it's just going to leave us, Southampton,
Palace.
No, Palace are on the up as well. Palace are on the up. Wolves are on the up.
And Everton.
Yeah, it could be Everton that come down. Because Everton, us, and Southampton are the ones that are not doing well. But we have made a change, so maybe that will change things. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go back to this. What are you predicting for this one?
Back to the wins. Bournemouth will win 2-1.
2-1 for Bournemouth, you're predicting. I'm going to go for a Bournemouth win as well, because Bournemouth are a very good side. And, they played in that that game that they
Lost.
They lost, but they did very well. So I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 win for Bournemouth.
Yes.
So what about Mr. Schnauzer? What's he think to this?
Wolverhampton Wanderers against Bournemouth. Wolverhampton Wanderers doing very well at the moment. They won their last 2 games and they haven't lost in their last 4 games. They beat Fulham 4-1 at the Craven Cottage, and they sit just above the relegation zone with 9 points. Whereas Bournemouth, they're not a pushover. They're a good side, but they have lost their last 2 games. I'm going to go for a draw for this one as well, and I'm going to go 2-2. Desmond for me on this one.
Game number 6 is
It's West Ham versus Arsenal.
West Ham United versus Arsenal, a London derby. West Ham, they've picked up in their last couple of games. They've drawn 1 and they won 1. Same as Arsenal.
Doing okay.
Arsenal have drawn 1 and won 1 in their last game as well. Their last game being 3-0 win against Nottingham Forest.
That's a bit tiring.
And West Ham beating Newcastle 2-0. Has Lopetegui found his mojo?
Yep, back.
Has Arteta found his mojo?
Not upsetting him now.
Yeah, so what's the prediction for you on this one, mate?
I'm sorry, West Ham. I got a feeling Arsenal will win. Back there, another win. 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal. Now, I like the sound of that. I think I'm going to go for the same thing. I think it will be a battle with West Ham because they're on the up. But I think Arsenal will win 3-1. That's our predictions. What about Mr. Schnauzer?
West Ham United versus Arsenal. London derby. I can't see past a Arsenal win on this, so I'm going 2-0 to Arsenal. Arsenal currently playing in the Champions League and are beating Sporting Lisbon as we speak 3-0. I think West Ham have played okay and have won their last game 2-0 against Newcastle United, but I can't see them beating Arsenal. So I have gone for this one to be 2-0 to the Arsenal.
Game number 7 is...
It's Chelsea versus Aston Villa.
Yes, Chelsea versus the Villa. Chelsea versus the Villa. Okay, so Chelsea played against Leicester City in their last game, and Enzo Maresca coming back to the King Power Stadium and winning 2-1 with his possession-based football.
Yes.
And the Villa, they
draw against Crystal Palace, 2-2 draw.
Yeah, they got a Desmond with against Crystal Palace. They haven't won in their last. They've only won once in their last 5 games. On a little bit of a blip at the moment. Whereas Chelsea, they've only lost once in their last 5 games, and that was against top of the table Liverpool.
Do you think Chelsea will get Champions League though?
Do I think Chelsea will get? I think they will because Enzo is a good manager. You know, they plucked him out from Leicester, stole him,
Nick him.
Yeah, he's seen the bright lights and walked.
I'm saying Chelsea 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw for Chelsea against West Ham. What have I said? I've gone for a draw as well. I've gone for a 1-1 draw.
What about Wesley Schnauzer?
Wesley Schnauzer, what are you saying about Chelsea and the Villa?
I'm not too sure.
Okay, well, let's see what Wesley's going to say.
Chelsea versus Aston Villa. Chelsea sitting 3rd in the league at the moment under Enzo Maresca and going and winning 2-1 against former side Leicester City. I think that Aston Villa have lost their way a little bit and haven't won in their last 5 or 4 games. And I think this one will be a win for Aston Villa. I think the Villa will get a 1-0 win.
Game number 8 is
Manchester United versus Everton.
Yes, the new revolution at Manchester United. Ruben Amorim, he's taken his charge of his first game and got a draw against Ipswich.
Not too bad.
I think he's found it a little bit tougher than he thought it was. It's no easy games in the Premier League, is there?
It's not hard.
Yeah. So so they will be playing against
Everton.
Everton. Sit just above Leicester City in the table with 11 points and have got 2 draws in their last 2 games.
Yeah, they're Everton fans are not happy with Torrent Dice football.
No, they're not, but he will keep them up.
Yes.
So, yeah, what are you going for on this one, mate?
I'm going for 3-1 to Manchester United.
3-1 to Manchester United. Okay, I'm going to go for a Manchester United win as well. A first win for Ruben Amorim. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Manchester United. So that's what we think. What about what Mr. Schnauzer thinks?
Manchester United versus Everton. Ruben Amorim's second game in charge for the Red Devils. And I think they will win 2-1 in this game. Manchester United drawing their last game against Ipswich 1-1, and Everton have had 2 draws in their last 2 games. But I still think Ruben Amorim will get his first win in this game 2-1.
Game number 9 is
It's Tottenham versus
Fulham.
Fulham.
Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur against Fulham. Now, Tottenham Hotspur in their last game, they did that again, didn't they? They did a Spurs. They did a 4-0 win against the champions, Manchester City. That was unexpected, wasn't it?
Mason scored.
Madison scored a screamer, didn't he?
2 goals.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's thinking he's going to Dart to win that.
yeah. So they won their last game in the weekend games. What about
Fulham got smashed.
4-1 by Wolves?
Yes.
Wolves. So, right, what do you think is going to happen here?
Spurs will win 2-1, upsetting Fulham.
And I'm going to say something controversial here. I'm going to say Spurs are going to be like a Spurs, and they'll do fantastically well in 1 week, and then the next week they'll balls it up. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Fulham.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick my neck out. I'm gonna go 2-1 to Fulham. And what about Mr. Schnauzer? What does he think?
Expression oozings. Tottenham Hotspur against Fulham. I think Tottenham will win this 3-1. They won their last game against the champions 4-0. And I think Fulham losing their last game, they will lose this 3-1 to the Spurs.
Game number 10, the last game of the weekend is
Liverpool versus Manchester City.
the 5:30, is it, or 4:30 kickoff?
Half 4.
4 kickoff. Yes.
But I'm going to say about Manchester City first. They lost 4 games in a row.
They have first time in their Pep Guardiola's history that they've lost 4 games in a row.
What is it? Do you don't think the club, the team not missing injuries or no players?
Well, some of it can be down to them not having Rodri.
Yeah.
They have got some injuries. The uncertainty probably before Pep Guardiola not signing a contract. He has signed a new 2-year deal now, hasn't he? And I don't know. I think the stability might come back. But against Liverpool, now top of the table Liverpool, it's going to be very, very difficult, I think, for them.
Anti-Slot, I like Anti-Slot.
Arnie Slot, yes.
Go on, Anti-Slot.
Not Annie Slot, Arnie Slot.
That's what it's under.
Right, so what are you predicting for this?
Manchester City will get Harley will get frustrated. He will get someone will get in Manchester City club will get a record in here. I can see it.
Can you?
I just got a feeling VAR going to say penalty and give it a record.
Okay, well,
I'm saying Liverpool to win 3-1.
Liverpool
And
to
Mo
win
Salah
3-1.
will do a double brace. He's on fire this season.
They're already 8 points ahead of second, so they could be storming this league, by Christmas. Right, I'm going to go and sit on the fence. I'm going to go for a Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2 draw.
Oh. If they didn't do that, because they got no Rodri.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-2 draw. So, what's your prediction there, Mr. Schnauzer?
The top of the table clash is Liverpool against Manchester City, the last game of the weekend. I think Liverpool will win this 2-1. Manchester City are all over the place at the moment, and they've lost their last 4 games in the league. I think this is a good win for Liverpool. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to ask the boys if I can ever do a show on my own. If you think I'm good enough to do that, then put it in the comments below, and I hope to get my own show one day.
Thank you for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed the channel.
We'll be at Brentford.
We will be at Brentford, and we'll look forward to seeing you if we see any of you around. And yeah, hopefully we can get something out of that one.
Look, I'm getting ready because we're getting a new manager coming in before Brentford. I'm very excited. Come on, City. Let's go.
Yeah, hopefully we will have a new manager in place by the time Brentford arrives at the weekend. So it's good night from me.
Oh, good night from me. Adios and now, bye.
And adios amigos from me as well.
And see you, sir.